Keep your eye out on this prospect the Yankee fans are not talking about. Hey, gang, I hope you're all doing well. So, hopefully the Yankees rebound after that heartbreaking walk-off loss last night at the hands of the Cleveland Guardians. But, how they rebound is going to tell us more about the character this team has, the grit this team has, the fight back this team has. So, we'll see. They've got 3 in Toronto now. And then they've got a couple games in Milwaukee, and then they have the Baltimore Orioles to close out a very tough April. So stay tuned, gang. And if you're a Yankee fan, you want to be kept in the loop on all Yankee stuff, make sure you're subbed to this channel before you leave if you haven't done that yet. Hit all your notifications too. I thank you for it. I want to make sure you don't miss anything. So with that, I want to talk about a player that is not being really talked about because there's so much, Jason Dominguez and Spencer Jones and some of these other folks being discussed, and rightfully so. You know who this guy is right here? This is Caleb Durbin. Okay, he's an infielder, a versatile infielder, and he was initially drafted by the Atlanta Braves, but I'll get into that. Okay, this kid was a wrestler by trade. He was a highly ranked wrestler in high school, and he converted into a baseball player. And he went to Lake Forest High School in Illinois, and he wound up being the high school leader, all-time leader in hits, stolen base, third base, triples, and runs. So, and then he got an academic scholarship to Washington University in St. Louis, which is a Division III school, a small one with 16,000 students. And for those that don't know, Division III do not give athletic scholarships. So there's no athletic aid, only academic in D3. Okay, so, but this guy had some baseball acumen too. He's already born by an athlete by trade, being a highly ranked wrestler. So he's got skills, but it just so happened to translate to baseball. And again, he was his freshman season in college, 2019, played about 12 games, not a lot, okay? Actually played 12 games in 2020, which was cut short during the pandemic, excuse me. And then he played a little over 40 games in 21, but all combined, he had 93 college games, okay? He had a 386 batting average, 477 on base, 608 slugging, 52 extra base hits, and 39 stolen bases. And this was all, he also had 10 strikeouts and 42 walks and only 439 bats. So it's a pretty impressive skill set, pretty impressive performance, which led him to be drafted by the Atlanta Braves in 2021 in the 14th round. And he wasn't really great there. He batted .268 in rookie ball in over 17 games. And then in low A and high A combined, he batted .249 in low A in 7 games. .220 in high A in 32 games, with about 27 extra base hits and 28 stolen bases. So that's between low A and high A. But then again, he was noticed by the Yankees, okay? And when the Yankees DFA Chasen Shreve, you remember that reliever? They traded him to the Braves, and Caleb Durbin was sent to the Yankees. And he was considered a throw-in piece at that point, okay? But it was enough that it caught the Yankees' attention. And again, something must have clicked when he was traded here. It almost seemed like it was the right fit for this Yankees system, which was fantastic. Okay. And in high A, when he came back, batted .333, 464 on base, 597 slugging, 5 doubles, 15 stolen bases in only 22 games. He was promoted to double A at that point. He had .262, 8 extra base hits, 14 stolen bases, but then an ankle injury slowed him down. Okay, he came back 2 months later, went back into Double A. He batted .338 with 7 stolen bases. Okay, his 2023 totals were .304 batting average, .395 on base, 427 slugging with 22 extra base hits, 36 stolen bases, 36 in 69 games. You extrapolate that over 160 game period, you're looking at Ronald Acuna type stolen bases here. So he became an all-star too. Okay, so they assigned him to the Arizona Fall League. And he played, 15 games? Yeah, and he batted .313 in the Arizona Fall League, okay, with 13 extra base hits. And he batted, .353 in the Arizona Fall Leagues, 456 on base, 588 slug. And then he was invited to spring training, the Yankees, and then he batted .333 there, 313 there in 15 games. So this is a lot of stuff. And this guy's undersized too. Think about Jose Altuve. He's 5'6". He doesn't have Altuve type power, but this guy's a prototypical leadoff hitter, and he's done all this production at the leadoff spot for the Yankees. And it represents something that the Yankees could be looking to, get at some point. I know there's been some talks about Anthony Volpe transitioning to leadoff, and he's doing well. But he also represents more of an at-bat guy who's driving in runs, putting the ball in play, and significantly higher batting average. With Gleyber Torres not really performing offensively right now, you could see Durbin up at some point this season. You could, with Volpe in the middle of the lineup. Don't be surprised. And again, he's got quick hands. He's got good fundamentals. He's very fluid. So, and it's someone who can put the ball in play and steal bases. Okay, he's known for drawing a lot of walks and not striking out a lot. So, and which means not a lot of wasted movement in his swings. There's not a lot of wasted movement on the bases either. So that represents a type of leadoff hitter that could be very, very useful for the Yankees. So, and causing chaos on the base paths. And you think about it, we think about stolen bases for Anthony Volpe. Well, this guy's even higher level of base steal than Anthony Volpe. So something to think about. Okay, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Jason Dominguez makes it up here or Spencer Jones, but this is another guy that nobody's really talking about. And he's not even in the top 30 Yankees prospects, mainly because he hasn't played enough games in pro ball yet to be considered a top 30 prospect. So, and he's really suited for second base, and again, could be a credible replacement for Gleyber Torres, but he's not known for arm strength across the field. So this is one reason why he could be considered a second baseman. And again, with guys like, and the Yankees have been struggling recently defensively, and we know that, right? It's been frustrating. So, but guys like Roderick Arias, who profiles super elite, George Lombard also profiles as elite defensively. These guys are coming up. They're still a couple years away, but a guy like Caleb Durbin can come in here and give them some production. He's got quick pivot, quick hands, and quick transition transition to throw, which applies nicely to second base. And if you have Volpe at short, if you have Roderick Arias, and you have George Lombard at some point too, the Yankees have all the makings of a pretty strong infield. A young infield, but a pretty strong infield. And again, I wouldn't put it past the Yankees. And like I said, right now, they're struggling defensively, and they could use as much defensive acumen as possible. So a guy like this who could help make his teammates better, where they'd be playing in a more natural fit position. I've also mentioned Anthony Volpe replacing Gleyber Torres at second, but he's got a goal at shortstop. And so if anybody's going to move, it's probably going to be Durbin. Okay, if he gets a chance to play up. And again, how often do Division III players get a chance to play in the majors? Not very often. So this is an intriguing player that nobody's really talking about because he's not in the top 30. But I encourage you folks to keep your eyes and ears out. I will keep you updated on it. And it looks like it's clicked with the Yankees. And every level he's been at with the Yankees, he's hit over 300. Spring training, Arizona Fall League, AA, and he's been promoted to AAA. Okay. He's already in AAA. So he's another step closer. And he's got a 386 batting average right now in 12 games. So he's one step away from coming to the Bronx. And again, he could be a late season call-up, a bench player. It doesn't really look like they're going to be utilizing Jahmai Jones. And unfortunately, Birdie's injured right now. He's on IL, and he's an elite defender. So we could use guys like this who could represent fits and who could also jumpstart the offense in a way that's not being jumpstarted right now at the leadoff position. It's just kind of a counterproductive thing with Volpe's doing his job at leadoff, but Torres is not doing his job at the middle of the lineup. We know that George Volpe's done his job. He's doing his job at the middle of the lineup too. So could it be a Caleb Durbin at some point being lead off? And we're not even talking about DJ because we don't even know how they're going to utilize a DJ right now, which also begs the question of what are they going to do with Oswaldo Cabrera when DJ comes back. So these are a lot of questions that need to be answered over the next several weeks with the Yankees. But Caleb Durbin is a seed I want to plant in your head right now. I want you to think about this player, okay? And it looks like he could be a sneaky good fit here. And he's got that Dustin Pedroia type toughness, that Jose Altuve undersized situation. And again, like I said, he does not have the power of a Jose Altuve, who's got sneaky good power, but he's got all these other intangibles. He could be an absolute terror on the base paths and allow guys like Soto and Judge and even Volpe and Rizzo and hopefully Torres chances to drive him in. So that's what I wanted to get to you. Okay, the lineup is not out yet for their game tonight against the Blue Jays. When it does come out, I'll get it to you. But let me know what your thoughts are. Load up the comments. Have a great day. Talk to you later. Go Yankees.